Welcome back, fifth graders. Ow, I just hit my finger. All right, today we're going to do a book called A Weekend with Wendell. Now, as I read, I want you to remember that we're doing a compare contrast with Iris Sleeps Over. When we're comparing, we are finding things that are similar. When we do contrast, we're finding things that are different. Now, what I want you to do is to come away with this and go, all right, I'm going to go a little deeper. I'm not going to just do the surface things. Of course, there are many, and we'll break these down when I get to class on Thursday. Okay, so what we're going to do is just read through this. We're not going to do the 8 block this time, so it'll be a little quicker. Now remember, when we're done, you're going to quietly put your Chromebook away, and you're going to get out your free reading book. So make sure you have that with you, and we will continue on. And I want you to do some free reading because, yes, it's reading class. I expect you to read. Yeah, that's kind of funny how that works. And we will get started with A Weekend with Wendell. It's by Kevin Henkes. On Friday afternoon, Wendell's parents dropped him off at Sophie's house. "Wendell's going to spend the weekend with us," said Sophie's mother, "while his parents visit relatives out of town." "Oh boy," said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. After a snack, Sophie helped Wendell carry his sleeping bag and suitcase up the stairs. She didn't just help him, she did it, didn't she? "Well, what are we going to do now?" asked Wendell. "Do you have any toys?" Sophie pointed to her toy chest. "Is that all you got?" said Wendell. "I've got 1,000,000 times more than that. What else is there to do around here?" "We could play house," said Sophie. "Only if I can make the rules," said Wendell. So they played house, and Wendell made the rules. He was the father, the mother, the 5 children. Sophie was the dog. Then they played hospital. Wendell was the doctor. He was the nurse and the patient. Sophie was the desk clerk. That sounds fun, said no one ever. When they pretended they worked at a bakery, Wendell was the baker, and Sophie was the sweet roll. "Isn't this fun?" said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. At dinner, Wendell said that he was allergic to anything green, so he didn't have to eat his vegetables. And then, when Sophie wasn't looking, he scooped the whipped cream off her dessert. "When is Wendell leaving?" whispered Sophie. "Soon," said his mother. "Soon," said her father. After Sophie's parents tucked Sophie in her bed, zipped Wendell in his sleeping bag, kissed them both, and turned off the light, Wendell grabbed his flashlight and shone it right into Sophie's eyes. "See you tomorrow," he said, smiling. Sophie shut her eyes. "I can't wait for Wendell to go home," she said to herself. On Saturday morning, when Sophie woke up, there was a lumpy blue monster jumping up and down on her bed. It was Wendell. She felt something pinch her leg at breakfast. It was Wendell. She heard scary noises coming from the broom closet. It was Wendell. Wendell used Sophie's crayons and left them on the porch, so they melted. At lunch, Wendell finger painted with his peanut butter and jelly. Isn't this fun? Said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. When is Wendell leaving? Whispered Sophie. Soon, said her mother. Soon, said her father. At bedtime, when Sophie put her head on her pillow, she heard something crunch. It was a note from Wendell. It said, "See you tomorrow." Sophie shut her eyes. I can't wait for Wendell to go home, she said to herself. That's Wendell's note to Sophie. Before Wendell's parents picked him up on Sunday, he tried to make a long-distance phone call. He wrote his name in the bathroom mirror with toothpaste. And he gave Sophie a new hairdo with shaving cream. Want to go outside and help wash this off? Asked Sophie. We could play firefighter. Oh boy, said Wendell. So they played firefighter, and Sophie made the rules. She was the fire chief, and Wendell was the burning building. Isn't this fun? Said Sophie. Wendell didn't say anything. Do I get to be the fire chief? Asked Wendell. Maybe, said Sophie. Soon, Wendell and Sophie didn't care who was fire chief or who was the burning building. Time to go, said Sophie's mother. Time to go, said Sophie's father. Already, said Wendell. Already, said Sophie. When is Wendell coming back? Asked Sophie. Never, said her mother. Never, said her father. That afternoon, when Wendell unpacked his suitcase, he heard something crunch. It was a note from Sophie. It said, I hope I see you soon. Boy, things really changed in that book. Now be thinking, how are A Weekend with Wendell and Iris Sleeps Over the same, and how are they different? Be thinking. We're going to work on that a little bit when I get back. Hope you enjoyed the books. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.